Guys, it's me. It's Tyler. I'm back. I'm alive. Don't call it a comeback. I never left. Hence the name, Mr. Hiatus. Alrighty. So let's see where we at. Um, let's see. Had to go to the client back-to-back weeks. Very, very busy. Another busy week before that and after. And then we were off one Monday. I don't think I was home. And I like to do my videos on Mondays. Oh, mandatory to go into the office for 2 weeks too. Project went a little cray cray. So here I am. Boom, 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 boom. This is not GOC stuff. Um, and I know that's what I was saying. I was going to come back and on my last video a month ago, do GOC introductory, and I'm still going to do that. I'm going to do the contender decks and introduct them. I make up words on this channel. I'm going to introduce them. I kind of like introduct better. I'm going to do videos with the contender decks for GOC. And I got the first deck I grabbed was the Orange Silver, Gospel Angels, Gospel Demons, and put it all into Lackey and didn't know what I was doing. And I've always said that before in the past. If you're taking someone's deck, regardless the quote unquote simplicity, not that the contenders are simple, but they're all new cards. Even though I play tested them, they're all new cards still. Um, and I had no clue what I was doing. And I wanted, especially because it's a YTG product, I want to be able to deliver something good, um, and be fair to Andy and be fair to Derek and Jaden because they created that deck. So, um, didn't want to just put together a video for the sake of a video, and then I got real busy. So I'm going to start focusing on the contender decks and getting that out there. But I've been, this is not my idea right here, like the deck that you guys are seeing. This is uh, Rob's idea, Demon Hunter. And he came up with the premise for the resurrection, the Noah shuffle on the resurrection. And he messaged me about it a while back about Noah being able to shuffle the resurrection. And I said no. Um, and he goes, yeah, I also asked Marcus. Marcus said yes. I said, okay, then clearly I am wrong. Um, I get it. It makes sense. The banding has to all happen and then the dominant's done. Uh, this is subject to change. We'll see because this might be a little too crazy what you can do. Because as soon as Rob told me that, I said, well, you could do that with Grapes of Wrath then. Did I say Wrath? WRAF, Grapes of Wrath. You can do that with Grapes of Wrath. You can add Noah, shuffle Grapes, and you just get the constant discard redo. So not bad. Um, Not necessarily game changing or breaking or anything, but in the Resurrection, I wanted to wait on however Rob decided to get his idea out. And um, ultimately came up with writing the article, which I think is best because that lets him go through his thought process and everything about the deck. So, and kind of the journey he had. So the article hasn't come out yet, but him and I have been talking, and I've finally outlined the Old Testament version. Whenever Rob was telling me about the resurrection, I was like, goodness, you can just do the same Noah shuffle with the new starter DOMs. So that's pretty crazy. So him and I spoke and put together a deck list, and I'm gonna do the video and then wait to upload it until the article comes out, and then that'll cover everything. I do not have Grapes of Wrath in this build since I said it right that time, since Rob has grapes in his article. So instead, we are going to hit on the two new DOMs and kind of go over what this deck is doing. And if you haven't read the article yet, go over Land Redemption, check out Rob's article, and you could also see the Old Testament version, and everything will make sense when I say the Noah shuffle and dominance and all this stuff. So What am I trying to do here? Just coming back with a bang. 2 new dominants in Israel's Deliverance in the K and the L decks. K, L, respectively. They say Old Testament human may band up to 3 Exodus, 3 First Samuel heroes. So you go into battle with really anyone. It could be Zerubbabel, Elliot. It also lets your colors, your brigades, come into battle and just boom, like you get the if attacking right away kind of benefits. Not that Enosh necessarily does much. You'll just get a 1 potentially. But either way, it doesn't necessarily matter who you start with. Usually we'll go into Zerubbabel, Eliad. Remember, Eliad's Matthew, so Zerubbabel's your Old Testament. And we play Pillar of Fire. Doug Gray. And he drew it. Just random Doug, saying Doug Gray randomly. Guys, I had too much time alone, man. I'm going crazy. So I play Pillar of Fire. After I Zerubbabel Eliad you, I Zerubbabel fire you, and I add 3 Exodus heroes. So who are we gonna add? Moses and Zadok. Now I have another version, and here, I'll show you these cards. This is what I want to bring into the deck. These 3 cards would go into the reserve, and I want to bring in David's Descendant, Storehouse to get my plagues instead of Moses' staff, because I want to have another star for numerous. Pharaoh's Daughter to give me another way to Moses, because that's essentially another star. And I want Destroyer and then my plagues. So I want to add these 4 cards. I mean, I could take out Calf for 1 and Enosh for another. And I still got to come up with 2 more spots, you know? So anyway, I want to show this as well because we're banning in Exodus heroes, not humans, heroes. So that brings in the Destroyer as well. And just with this, before block, we discarded a card from their hand. And now we have a play first plague in their CBN. So I really want to bring that in. And then since we have reserving top cards and on star abilities and everything, it would be good if we brought in Plague of Hail as well. So maybe we'll see. But we're not doing that right now. I just wanted to show you all. So I even bring it up. So we played Pillar of Fire and we bring in Moses and Aaron. We still have another Exodus hero to bring in, but we don't have one. So we bring in Zadok as well, and Zadok bans to a Tabernacle Priest or an Old Testament Green Prophet. We then banned in Noah, and Noah gets to convert to prevent cards, and he gets to shuffle a card. Whoa, what's he shuffle? Whoa, shuffles. Goes back to my deck. Pretty cool. And then the old Jeremy Chambers play where you put Temple Spears on Zadok. So, which is another reason why Storehouse needs to go in here. I really don't have a way to get out Temple Spears right now, but this is just a draft build. You get, oh yeah, Prophets can get that. You go Zadok, and then Zadok could also, if used by an Old Testament priest, may ban to a red warrior. So you bring in like David or Jehu or Jehoshaphat to bring in Jeremiah as well. So you get the hand discard, you get a massive ban. It's inherently CBN. The band is because of the dominant. You probably do want to have Destroyer in here with plagues. Play first CBN, or maybe that's just win more. That's why I took it out. I get to shuffle my Pillar of Fire back in. I toss the next. I prevent cards. I discard a card from your hand, and then I just get to do Pillar of Fire all over again as well. It's pretty cool, very strong. Then it's like, well, what are you doing with Lord of Armies? the same thing, baby. I can ban once again if I want Zerubbabel Deliad, and I could play Lord of Armies on Zerubbabel. It's Old Testament. Old Testament human, I banned up to 3, and I banned in David and Prophets of Jebeth. David goes to either Zadok, Jehu. Yeah, I guess I need a weapon for Jehu, huh? And you got Joshua, Jehu, and Jehoshaphat for David to ban to. And then if David does ban to Jehu, you swap to Zadok. Jehoshaphat bans to a priest, so you can ban to Zadok, and Joshua switches to Zadok. So David can go to any of these heroes, switch to Zadok, who gets to band, and Prophets of Jebeth. So this band is actually easier to do because you get to band to an Old Testament green prophet. Whoop, 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 whoop. Right here. Or you could even go Old Testament green prophet, and it could do Aaron. Trying to think what would be the best way to do that. Old Testament green prophet, Moses to Aaron, because it's green prophet. He's not green yet. Or maybe he'll never be. Moses to Aaron, and then you can go to Zadok with temple spears and do it all, or just not even make this confusing and just go prophets to Jeremiah. And then remember, you still have the David triggering over here with Jehu, whoever you want. And then David to Zadok and Zadok to Noah. We discarded card from their hand. We tossed the next. We shuffled Lord of Armies, and we prevent cards. So we took essentially 2 cards out of the hand. They had to discard 1, and they had to toss the next. And it's now by the numbers. And I have this massive band. And that does not include Temple Spears and Shields. That does not include anything I do with Joshua, and that does not include if Jehu has a weapon. You could say it's hero reliant, but you have Coming Prince to get back a hero if you need to. And people just aren't killing heroes right now. They have a Christian Martyr, and that's about it. And then they're wondering why they lose to all these hero chains and all this stuff. People are attacking with big heroes. They're doing all sorts of crazy things with heroes. Kill their heroes. People don't know what to do when their heroes are dead. So yeah, there it is, huh? Pretty cool. Noah shuffles in the dominant, and you just keep doing all of this for free over and over again. You don't need to use your enhancements. You just get rid of what you need to in their hand. Coming Prince it back. Everything else is just for consistency and for numerous sets of stars. No. So yeah, really fun to play. Oh, Gathered Together wasn't here for Awesome Ride. It's just another way for a band with my purple and green to band everyone in, and then Noah can shuffle that. But it's just not even needed. So Gathered Together can come out. That's in the reserve. I have no way to get that, but that's okay. Maybe Book of the Law. Dominant selection, the obvious 2, because we're trying to showcase the Noah Shuffle. Noah Shuffle now going to dominance. So crazy. Hey, it only took a few years. Cool new Son of God. I took out Angel Lord because the band was so strong, and I'm just hitting their hand coming out quick. So I needed I'm reliant on my heroes. So I took out Angel Lord and Grapes of Wrath because in the article, Rob talked about Grapes of Wrath being one of the pieces you can shuffle. So I was like, people read about it. They don't need to see it. It's the same logic, you can do this with Grapes of Wrath. Noah shuffles it. It's awesome. So I brought in Mayhem and Crowd's Choice for consistency, Lost Souls, Hopper for 50, Imitate because we're just rushing them. So we want Lawless, Imitate, and Harvest to really push through. We have a little Enosh, Golden Calf, Distressed action Just really basic at that point, or at this point. What point? I don't know. Who's on first? Herod's Temple. I like Deceiver to Herod the Great. First turn. And I play Herod's Temple from deck, and I choose a hero to attack. That's a phenomenal play in general. Duplicity is really only in here because of the star. Clinging to power gets Herod, so that's technically a star. For Numerous to proc because I want my heroes. Numerous also allows me to get back my heroes. If you kill them, I Coming Prince and get back Numerous stars. Maybe that's why no one kills heroes, because you can just get them all back. Normal delivered because I can't make a deck without one. Good to go. Let's run this bad boy, huh? Banned Doms. I should say banned Doms. Am I right? Okay. New game. 50, 10, and then the cards that I would like to add. And let's load. We'll do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. Boom. 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 1, 2, 3. I didn't forget how to play yet. All right. Look at all those stars. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. Does do stuff. This is such a great card right now. I mean, it was already a great card. Jay and I were talking about this the other day. It's Zerubbabel playing Herod's Temple for to set up a first turn block is awesome. And this and doesn't work as well. These stars in general for later on are really good either way. So, all right, let's always look at your stars. Like if you're looking at the bottom 10 and you're top decking an Exodus card or a dominant. I did use the right dominant, right? Oh, I took out the Angel Lord, the Exodus Angel Lord. So, if we're gonna play a temple from deck, we want to thin our deck one. I said that aggressively. We want to thin our deck one card before going into Aaron. We also want to reserve their card. Either way works. You can do either of these first, but Aaron last because you want to see a little bit of what they're playing with. Either way, you're going to play a good temple from deck and then reserve the top card of a deck. This can be interchanged. Doesn't matter which one you play first, but you want to see what they're playing first because that might change your what you take on or what you top deck on. With Aaron, it's just good practice. Okay, reserve the top card of the deck. Whoa, we got Son of God. And then Zerubbabel plays a temple, the old shuffle, boom, boom. Look at the bottom 10 cards of deck, and I can do this one of two ways. And reveal to all bottom 10, and I get to top deck an Exodus card or a dominant, and there's nothing here but the one choice. Double check. Fine by me. And that gets top decked. Aaron's back to hand. And make sure you're also not doing that if you have like a prosperity, you just top deck a dominant and then your prosperity doesn't work. So we now have nothing here that's necessarily like, yes, this is put in play so I can create a token, nothing else. Got a temple out and we let them go or not. If they go and we're in lockdown, oh well, boo. But if we go first and doom, doom, it's already a strong play. Got a lot of defense. First turn. Oh well. Zero, draw 2. This. First turn, discard. They could probably kill that or block it. On a deck that's relying on heroes, I don't even know if I do that attack first turn. Bring that down. And Good to go. The opponent attacks, blah, blah, blah. We want to change it to Herod. And the Deceiver, I don't know. I like that Herod's Guard does this instead. Maybe Herod's Guard comes out because I have the Deceiver in here, because that's two ways to go to Herod first turn. So maybe a Guard comes out for some of this stuff that I want. I really want a Plague of Hail and Pharaoh's Daughter, Plague of Hail, David's Descendant Storehouse. Also want another weapon for Jehu, like obviously bringing his sword. That was just an oversight putting this deck together real quick. Whoops. Seeing stuff I could take out. So yeah, we exchange to we already have our temple out, so if they don't have any other hero, we can't choose. So really at this point, we just want some sort of protection from lone heroes. And we can't target their reserve, but we could reveal our top for a 9-10 toss. That's really, really good. So we can do that if we want. Let's see. Are we going to get hurt? Oh, sad day. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Take the generic human warrior. Don't have one in the deck. And we can go into Denarius, just making sure nothing on upkeep. This is upkeep, so I can create another token. I'll do that. Denarius, Emperor. I think this defense is the wrong defense. I think the gray, like pretty kind of like Jeremy's, like Pontius Pilate, Balaam's Prophecy, maybe even like Pretension. I don't know, but I think there's a better defense here, with maybe the same amount or a few more stars, and I think you're fine. 1, 2, 3. What did I just do? 1, 2, 3. I hit deck. I drew and bring in Book of the Law and bounce. That can come down. I have my band with David and Zerubbabel. David can go to Jehu, and I can band into First Samuel. I don't have Noah, so I would go here, discard a card from your hand, band in David and Prophets. David goes to Jehu, but I don't have Noah or Jeremiah, which is really like everything. So do we need more ways to heroes? What do you think? For the sake of play, we bounced him and we're going to take that back. For the sake of play, I'm going to Second Coming. I know, cringe, into a Crowd's Choice, into a Numerous as the Stars. And I'm going to play Numerous as the Stars and show 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Was it worth it? We don't know. And now I can just take everyone I want. All right, 1, 2. I don't even need Moses. 3. 4, 5, 6. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cool. And now we have fun while the opponent doesn't. And that means we're playing the game correctly, right? All right. I'm just going to put down our people. I don't think we need Jehoshaphat. Definitely want a weapon right there. Get rid of their stuff. And we are good to go. Zerubbabel does a backflip to Eliud. and they're like, "Can I block? No, you can't block. Lord of Armies." And I'm gonna ban to 3, 1, 2. This stays. And this can ban to an Old Testament green prophet. Or what else? White musician. And then David bans to someone from territory. Joshua to Zadok to Jehu without a weapon, dead to me. To Noah, and I'll flipsy daisy. There you go. Beat that. And then you may bounce human on a battle if your meek hero attacks. You may top deck a good card from reserve. Reserve. If your meek hero is blocked from hand, you may take a good card from deck. So discarded a card from their hand. And I toss the next. I prevented cards. Cool. That was fun. We could have done Jehoshaphat too to get a Zerubbabel bounce, but we can always just Jehoshaphat to bounce and then go back to him if we want to draw two. It's not really a big deal. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We try to stop them from getting stuff from their reserve because we're reserving it, and try to block them while we can. Reserve a hero from their hand and end the battle in a stalemate. Like I said, the defense can change. Hopper comes over. We very aggressive on Soul Gen. Well, somewhat aggressive. We try to keep doing this, and Hopper, hey, what do you know? We got Lord of Armies back. We can flip with Book of the Law, and we can just do the same thing again. We could lead with Jehoshaphat. It doesn't really matter. Jehoshaphat to Joshua. Let's see, what would I do here? I would want to, oh. Yeah, I would actually do that. Because your Pillar of Fire is not as good as Lord of Armies, because Lord of Armies brings in David and prophets. So you get to ban to an Old Testament green prophet, and then you get the band over here as well. So you really want Lord of Armies, because then you can put Temple Spears on Jehu. And you can bounce an evil character and trigger Book of the Law. So I don't really know what I would attack first with. I guess I kind of want Zerubbabel back in. I used Book of the Law on Noah. Just put him back down. Jehoshaphat to Jehu would bounce Zerubbabel, and then Jehu switches to territory though. And he would be bounced. Oh well, maybe I don't. Maybe I just bounce him. I would do Jehu, swap to Zadok, and go to an Old Testament green prophet. And you can do all this stuff without Lord of Armies anyway. So yeah, I'd probably start with that band, and Joshua would come out, and Jehu. Oh, that's why, because you're missing the Eliad. No, you're not. Okay, I'm not crazy. Joshua switches to Jehoshaphat, bounces Zerubbabel, or they're human, so you can get the block from hand. And Jehu uses a weapon, bounces a character in their hand, to Zadok, to Jeremiah, and Dominish. I'll band in Prophets of Beth and David. David will go to, oh no, rookie move. I bounced Zerubbabel, so he didn't work. And then I put him back because I'm a cheater. And then Prophets to Noah, and then Noah shuffles. That's really all I care about. So yeah, keep doing that. Bum, bum, bum. Block them all you can. Boom, boom. Does that take a... Carry my band. Oh, it doesn't grab one anymore. You do some stuff there. We're just doing things at this point. 1, 2, 3. I don't necessarily care for the blocking. I'm just trying to show the offense. We only have 15 cards left in deck. We can Solomon's Dream. We can get back Lord of Armies. We can get Son of God. It's really the same thing, you know? You just keep hitting their hand and make them toss the next, prevent the next, and keep getting your dominant back. And you just do it all before battle. So everything's prevented. They have to discard a card from hand. You toss the next. You hit them with Joshua. You hit them with Jehu. All that. If you don't have Lord of Armies and you have Pillar of Fire, then you have to have another weapon for Jehu, and you put Temple Spears on Zadok. And then Zadok can band to a Red Warrior and a Prophet. So you get the Jeremiah and then the Jehu. Jeremiah or Noah. And then the other one that you don't ban to, Jehu switches to. So if you don't have Lord of Armies, you use Pillar of Fire with a weapon. That's really it. That is it, everyone. That is the video. The defense can change. We talked about wanting to bring in David's Descendant. We need another weapon. Oversight. I only had a month to prep for this video. Want Storehouse in here for some better reserve access. Some plagues would be really cool if you can Plague a Hail their deck for 5 and you're hitting all this other reserve stuff. It's just with the star abilities, and then you have Herodias out, like that's good. And then since you need a weapon on Zadok with Pillar of Fire, it's a little weaker, but if you bring in the Destroyer and Plagues, then you get a Moses CBN play first. Either way, you still get this in general. Like you get Moses to Destroyer, because you can go Moses to the dual character, and then that exchanges to Destroyer, and then you could also Moses to Pillar of Fire into the Destroyer. So you can have 2 rescues with CBN play first in an Exodus deck, period. We don't do that in this deck, but if you wanted to, this is really good in general. Moses, Destroyer, Pillar of Fire, play first, CBN, Plagues. Sometimes really the most difficult aspect of the Plagues is getting that initiative and then having the Destroyer in battle, so he plays them, but then they're not CBN, and you know us, we try to get everything we can. So, but yeah, nothing too crazy, right? You never got Teaching in Parables, Emmaus Road, or I mean First Sacrifice, Golden Calf. I think that's it. I tend to blabber on at the end, or ramble like I always do. Gathered Together could come out for David's Descendant, and then we can bring in Storehouse somehow. So little things we can do, but I'm going to save this video, and hopefully I can upload it soon. I'm excited for it, but more excited for Rob to share his news. He found the resurrection with New Covenant. And then him and I just went crazy after that. And I was like, well, you can just do it with the starters. So this is potentially subject to change, man. I don't know. Maybe this is not good for the game. And maybe I'll never upload this video. Or maybe I'll upload the video and say it's no good. It doesn't work. But yeah, that is that. Hope you guys enjoyed. It's good being back and talking to myself. Missed you guys, and I will get back on video tracks soon. Started with a banger, hopefully. Thanks, y'all.